Hey everyone, and today we have to talk about everything that's happened over the last 2 weeks. Life's been pretty crazy with our new little one, so I haven't found the time to put out as much content as I'd like to, but we're going to go through all those crazy rumors like adamantium being discovered and mined off Tiamat's body, or the theory that we're building up to see the Young Avengers and even Strange Academy in the not too distant future. The Flash movie rumors were mental, and the new Ant-Man trailer also dropped. So we'll be talking about those and all the other geek stories I thought were newsworthy right here on the channel. But before I get into it, can I please ask you to hit that like, slap that subscribe. Tell me if there are things that maybe I've missed or something you'd like to know more about, and I will do my best to indulge all your suggestions. So stick around and we're going to get into it all, I guess, right after the intro. Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to the Man Cave. Because, well, I have to tell you, my mind has been racing over the last 2 weeks. I've just been listening to, I guess, the craziest rumors, and I've been trying to make sense of what's really going on. The market has definitely taken a knock, and I think that's been exacerbated by the false high of 2020 and 2021, because there were lots of stimulus checks and payouts paid due to COVID. So that just compounds the negative trend line if you look at comic sales. But I look at which current rumors have weight and what that means for comics, and which issues might see big returns, which I guess is essentially how I spec on comics. So to give you insight into my crazy mind, I see both Marvel and DC going the way of next generation characters and building up for their next phases. Now, when I say that, I'm talking about 7 to 8 years. Well, I've heard some crazy rumors from DC that we might get a full Flashpoint paradox, and I mean full. Imagine almost every version of every DC superhero you've ever seen, from Christopher Reeves and Adam West in CGI to Grant Gustin and Ben Affleck back as Flash and Batman. There were even talks again yesterday that Henry Cavill will be back as Superman. And I'm guessing it's more as a cameo, but just to close things off well. So I speculate that they're going to use this to wipe the slate clean completely and start fresh, like a New 52 reboot. Then if you look at Marvel, we've seen the phasing out of the original Avengers and the slow introduction of the next generation, like Riri Williams, America Chavez, Scar, Tommy and Wiccan, even the Vision, who we'll meet in Vision Quest. So this just tied into the news that Strange Academy will be an integral part of Secret Wars. So Wong is rumored to be teaching a whole load of new kids, including America Chavez. So it sounds to me like they aren't sticking to the source material, but more of a blend to bring them all together. I mean, personally, I can tell you to go look for Strange Academy issues 1, 14, 16, but it's really up in the air currently. So there's nothing fully concrete. I mean, those are just my gut picks. I guess you'd have to use all the news I give you weekly and make your own inferences. But just cautiously, because the market and the economy is really unstable. So for me, this is just a passion and a hobby. Anyone trying to flip comics as a full-time job, geez, they must be crying right now. But anyway, back to the news and the rumor mill. And as always, I love taking a dig at DC for whatever crazy thing they've done that week. And in the news, Don't get me wrong, I love the characters, and I'm cautiously optimistic as to what James Gunn and Peter Safran are going to bring to the table. But in the comics this week, I saw what I thought was a clickbait article saying that the Joker, yes, is pregnant. And it worked because I thought there's no way they're going to go full-blown snowflake in the comics. But it turns out that in Joker, The Man That Stopped Laughing, issue 4, in a side story after the main, Zatanna curses Joker, and yes, he wakes up pregnant. Now, I'm not going to spoil it anymore for you guys. You can get the issue if you like, but it's just a gimmick and nothing I would suggest you really waste money on in terms of spec. Then, the news about Ezra Miller's Flash to the rounds, and I'm going to take a different stance and give them the benefit of the doubt, purely to see what they come up with. I personally liked his portrayal of Flash in the Justice League. Obviously, not a fan of his personal life and choices, but who am I to judge? But speaking about The Flash, and this is from CW, it's the final season of that they're finally using it to close off everything, and they're going to bring back Stephen Amell from Green Arrow. So if you remember how that ended, he turned into the Spectre. And I'm kind of glad they're going to end it off the right way, which give fans closure. I mean, there was many hours of crossovers and everything else. So I suppose there's a lot to get through. So I'm going to try and do a rapid fire news segment and push through these news stories. So it looks like we're getting a new Black Panther movie. So according to Letitia Wright, Black Panther 3 is in the works. You know, she played Shuri. We saw our first look at Corey Stoll as MODOK in the Ant-Man trailer. For me, it was kind of unfortunate that they revealed it so early. I'd have liked it to be a surprise in the movie. But Kang's suit is on point, like as in exactly in the comics. I'm really glad that Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, is doing better after his snowmobile accident last week. Dave Bautista won't be returning as Drax after this next movie. That's Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But that makes me spec possibly on Moondragon going forward. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, well, they were back with their bromance online feud, which I remember Hugh decided to call the movie Wolverine and Deadpool, and then Ryan responded in one of his viral videos laughing at him when the camera was off. That it was brilliant. Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire reportedly will be fighting side by side in Avengers Secret Wars. So it looks like the same way Avengers used portals that everyone came in to fight Thanos' army, we're going to see it done similarly in Secret Wars. And if you've read Battleworld, then I'm guessing that's the way they're going to use it and transport them through. Kristen Ritter, who played Jessica Jones, took a selfie in the gym wearing a Daredevil t-shirt. So that made everyone wonder if she's going to reprise her role in Daredevil Born Again. Then Nicolas Cage will apparently not voice Spider-Man Noir in Across the Spider-Verse. He said that no one had contacted him, but he would love to play the character. Now, I know that he's working on a Face-Off sequel with John Travolta, and apparently they have kids who might swap faces, and it sounds absolutely ridiculous. The new animated Marvel Zombie series is set to air in 2024 on Disney+, and it's supposed to be more gruesome than anything we've ever seen before in the MCU. I'm excited. I've collected all the singles from volume 1 to 5, and I think it's good spec. James Gunn and Peter Safran are supposed to reveal their 8 to 10 year partial slate for the DCU later this month. So I will keep you up to date. I'm excited to see what they're thinking and where they're going to go with it. In Eternals 2, it looks like they're going to be in space for a fair amount of time. And if you remember at the end of the last movie, we saw Harry Styles as Star Fox and Pip the Troll. So they have big parts to play in the new movie. So that's coming pretty soon. Now, you remember that giant celestial that ended with his arm up at the end of the movie, reaching out into the atmosphere? That was Tiamat. So it looks like they might use that to introduce adamantium into the MCU, where they possibly mine that on, and they call it Tiamat Island, which could be the opening for Wolverine and the mutants. But more interestingly, I guess, which country does it belong to? It's unclaimed. So we're going to see countries go to war with one another the same way we saw them fight over vibranium in Black Panther 2, because adamantium is supposedly more valuable. Now, it's rumored that part of the plot for Thunderbolts is that the team is put together to go and obtain adamantium, and instead of it being called Tiamat Island, it's eventually going to be called Genosha. Now, we know that's the home for many mutants. So I guess that's it from me, guys. I will see if I can put something together for the comic show. If not, I will see you here next week with another episode of I Heard a Rumor. But I hope you enjoy it. I love comics. I love spec and news. So, yeah, you have an awesome week. Catch you on the flip side. Okay, bye.